Welcome everyone, this is AndresRestart, and there is a lot to talk about when it comes to Nintendo news and rumors. There's so much going on right now, I honestly don't have the time to have a fully dedicated, well-edited video, so forgive me if this is another video that seems more basic. I have to get into work really soon, but I really want to talk about all these things, so here I am. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read a couple things. For example, Savvy on Twitter, there's going to be a few different sources that I'll be referencing here, and I'll try to link all of that in the description below. I may not have time to just purely edit it into the footage that you're going to be seeing. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about all the different things that could be happening with Nintendo this year, at least from the rumors and sources that we're getting right now. So Savvy on Twitter had some different updates to make about things they were saying beforehand, so I'll go ahead and read what he had to say. Got some good words for Paper Mario from another source. Now I have absolutely no skepticism. Be hype. Also got some more specific teases on the way, won't say too much. Breath of the Wild 2 taking longer than anticipated back during E3 2019, so it doesn't seem to be this year's holiday release, which adds more credence to the major title I was referencing on a tweet the other day. Neither are set in stone yet, so take some salt. The more likely one has tires. So, here he was talking about Paper Mario. Last week we talked about both Paper Mario and 2D Metroid. That seems to be likely happening based off these rumors, and that's really exciting. But the bad news here is that from a particular source, Savvy is hearing that Breath of the Wild 2 may not come out this year. That would be disappointing, but I also want to point out that we've had other sources that are also supposedly credible that have said that Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year. Now this was earlier on, perhaps those plans have changed, maybe they were trying to get the game out by holiday 2020, but it's not looking like they'll make the deadline. We'll see. He is saying here to take some salt, it's not set in stone, so we'll have to wait and see on how things actually turn out. It is important to note that a lot of Zelda games are sort of infamous for being delayed, but at the same time, I'll say that this is a sequel using the same engine. They started development back in 2017, and that trailer we saw was a story trailer that looked to be very well progressed. When it comes to Zelda games, the story is usually worked on very late into development, so to see a story trailer back at E3 2019, to me suggests that the game is very well off, and it's very well progressed into development, and I think it is still likely that the game would come out holiday 2020. And I'll also add that if the game doesn't make 2020, I'll be prepared for that. I'm sure the game will be great when it finally does make it out, but I'll be a little disappointed by Nintendo, not for not releasing the game in 2020, but for revealing the game so early on. If they weren't prepared to have the game come out holiday 2020, then I don't think they should have shown off the game so soon back at E3 2019, because that E3 show had no need for that extra Zelda trailer. Had they ended things on the Banjo-Kazooie reveal, no one would have batted an eye. That was an incredible E3 presentation, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of people really enjoyed it. And if you look at the way a lot of Switch games are being revealed and coming out, it's usually about a year and a half at most between reveal and release at most. And this would exceed that mark for Breath of the Wild. So I'm going to hope that Nintendo's eternal plan is still holiday 2020 as other rumors have suggested. Hopefully it's not delayed. We will see. Now, for some exciting news, in this tweet he's also perhaps alluding to something with tires, a major title as he talked about beforehand, and a lot of people are thinking that this is Mario Kart 9. I agree, he's probably talking about Mario Kart 9. Now, I haven't been expecting Mario Kart 9. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a great game, it's selling really well, so perhaps Nintendo wouldn't think that there's a need for it. But after Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Mario Kart team moved on to ARMS. They did a pretty good job with ARMS, and we don't know what they've done since. Maybe they've been working on another Mario Kart game, and it would be nice to finally get a new Mario Kart game. The first version of Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U back in 2014. Mario Kart 9 in 2020 would be very exciting. I think this game could be fantastic. I love Mario Kart. I'd be all for it. This is just my own personal taste, but I am going to say that while I would love Mario Kart 9, if that's the big major holiday title, then I might find myself a little disappointed because I personally prefer to have those single-player immersive adventure experiences like a Breath of the Wild, like a Mario Odyssey, like a Xenoblade, like a Fire Emblem Three Houses. Those kinds of games are the games that I really enjoy, that I feel like we need at least one of every holiday season. So if we don't get something like that for the holiday season or close to that time, then I'll be a little disappointed, because while I love the multiplayer social party games, arcade style games, like your F-Zeros, like your Mario Karts, like your Smashes, I also need my single player adventure games. So hopefully Nintendo has something for that as well. Maybe that's Paper Mario, maybe that's something else. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, other rumors that we've talked about beforehand are both 3D World and Pikmin 3 coming out this year, as in those two being the Wii U ports that Emily Rogers was talking about beforehand. But apparently there's another, Wonderful 101. But it's not necessarily a Wii U port just to Switch, but actually, Platinum Games is doing a Kickstarter to get this game to go to different platforms, including PS4 and Switch. So we could be seeing both Wonderful 101, Pikmin 3, and Super Mario 3D World coming out on the Switch this year, along with Paper Mario, 2D Metroid, and what seems to be Mario Kart 9. I'm hoping we still get Breath of the Wild 2, but we're gonna have to wait and see. So those are basically all the rumors that are going on right now in terms of the games. However, there is something else I'll talk about that's also arguably bad news, and that's the president of Nintendo, Shuntaro Furukawa, coming out and saying that there are no plans to release a Switch model this year. And I don't think Nintendo's going to straight up lie like this from the president, so this seems to be Nintendo confirming that there won't be a Switch Pro coming out this year. Now, last year they did say that there were no plans for a Switch model announcement at E3. They held true to that, but not too long after E3, we got the announcement for the Switch Lite. This is a different situation because they are literally saying there will be no Switch models for this year. That may be a little disappointing to hear for those who want a Switch Pro. I want a Switch Pro. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's possible that maybe this is what they're saying now. It's just PR talk and they'll say something later down the road. But here, Shuntaro Furukawa came out and said, hey guys, there's no Switch Pro coming out this year, basically. So I'm going to assume that that's the case, but perhaps later down the road those plans could change, or maybe it'll come out in the year 2021. We will see. But anyways, guys, what are your thoughts on all these rumors and news about a lack of a Switch Pro, Breath of the Wild 2, maybe not coming out this year, us getting Mario Kart 9, Wonderful 101, Paper Mario? What do you guys think? There's a lot here, so let me know what you think of it all in the comments below. Anyways, everyone, this is AndresRestart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon.